Hello and welcome, my name is ZeroEmpires and I'm bringing you this matchup between Goodboy1 and dreaIVIS. And for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to call them Goodboy and Ivis. So Goodboy here playing in red as Mayans, I do believe that's correct. And over to the west we've got Ivis playing as Mongols. Both of these players very well played, and they are going to show us a lot of action hopefully. This map's a very interesting map as well, because we're looking at a map where you've got a lot of sea around here to the north and south, and the middle is very obstructed. You've only got very narrow pathways through to the other player. So it's going to be interesting to see what these players' approaches are to this. My expectation is that there's going to be some early boat action going on to try and get control of this water, and this is probably going to become blocked off. I think that would probably be the best solution, as it's going to be very congested getting troops through here. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with this. So let's turn Fog of War on and see what the players are doing for scouting. Ivis using his well, I was going to say sheep then, but turkeys to scout with. This is more of a jungle based map with the turkeys rather than the sheep. And we're also going to keep a good eye on their scores, because it's a good indicator of who's really on top economy wise. dreaIVIS now just scouting with his scout cavalry, see what he can find. He's picked up another couple of turkeys there. And both of these players shouldn't be getting supply blocked. They should be constantly producing these villagers, and hopefully we won't be seeing any supply blocks going on here. Goodboy not really scouting with his turkeys. He's starting to get them out to scout now. And let me just turn this headphone down a little bit. There we go, I can hear myself speak now. So yeah, while these players are getting warmed up, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the channel. I forgot to do that in the last video, which is probably a bit of a mistake on my part. You're watching that video thinking, oh, what the hell is going on? Basically, the channel is going to be a lot of different video casts of really pro players, and the best players on Voobly anyway, playing against each other in 1v1s, and basically seeing what they do, seeing what tactics they're using, and giving you some entertainment to fill your time with, hopefully. So I'm going to be bringing out a video every day if possible, and yeah, make sure you get subscribed if you want to see that, and if you feel like leaving me a comment or a rating or anything, just feel free to go ahead, because I really appreciate anything that you guys can tell me. And I'll get back to the commentary for a little bit now. So, the beginning of most Age of Empires matches are very similar. Both players usually have the same number of population count, and it's very often that we see very evenly matched playings as well, because they often decide to play as the same civilization. And I'll be trying to choose matches where the players are different civilizations, because in my opinion it makes it a lot more interesting, because it's very varied on what they can do. Whereas if you're talking of a Hun war where both players are playing as the civilization Huns, it can be very samey. I think a lot of people would get used to seeing just a Hun war and they think, oh, it's just that again. So I'll try and bring you a lot of different civilizations against each other. So in this case we've got Mayans against what have we got? Mongols against Mayans. And I'll try and bring you different types of civilizations. I think you'll get bored of seeing the same civilizations over and over again. So Ivis anyway, getting his dock out, and that's quite early. I don't believe Goodboy has got a dock yet. He's not, no. Whether he's going to build one soon, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, because Ivis is going to be able to get some of these fishing boats out, which is going to give him an extra production facility in creating a unit that can gather a resource. So for instance, we've got our villagers here gathering off of the deer and the boar, which is great. But he's now able to build ships early on, which is going to give him a lot of extra food income. Of course, it's going to cost him a lot of wood to create those ships, but if he's got the leftover wood, he may as well go for it. As you can see, he's got 8 villagers there collecting wood, and Goodboy is sat on only 5 villagers collecting wood. So he's not going to be able to support this dock. which he's just going up now. He's going to want to get a few more villagers on wood, which shouldn't be a problem. Once this bore's finished up, it's going to be interesting to see what he does. It's a very different alternative as well. Getting a dock out and producing some fishing ships rather than building farms can be a lot more effective, cost effective, because a fishing ship's only 100 wood and a farm is 60 every time it needs to be renewed. But obviously a fishing ship can last forever. So he's going for his berry bush now, and that will tide him over for the moment until he can get enough wood to produce a few more ships. ZeroEmpires is on his third ship rather, and he's got another 2 queued up, and he's continuing to queue villagers up at his town centre. Both on 24, or actually no, ZeroEmpires is actually quite far ahead on population count now. That's probably due to his dock. But I imagine both both players are looking to advance now, getting up to 500 food here for ZeroEmpires, where he can hit that button and get feudal age researched. And as we usually see, hang on, he's not managing to take out the Eagle Warrior. That's not a problem. As we usually see, transferring a lot of villagers onto wood to get that wood count up. And of course, this gives him another advantage here, because whilst his town centre is researching the feudal age, he's still able to pump out a few of these fishing ships, which is going to give him an economic advantage. However, Goodboy now has got his dock out and is beginning to produce some ships. He is a little bit behind with population though, 2 behind, but I imagine he'll be able to catch up fairly soon. And that's interesting, Goodboy hasn't advanced yet. So that leads me to believe that Goodboy is going to go for more of a macro game. Usually you'd be looking to advance quite early on if you're going for some aggressive gameplay, but advancing on 27 population, and it won't be, it's going to be advancing on at least 28 or 29 in order for him to get this food count up. So it looks like Goodboy is going to aim for a more macro play, and that would explain his higher score due to having a better economy at the moment. And also that investment in the 500 food to advance does drop your score down. So ZeroEmpires sitting on a few gold collectors there, and a few wood. Actually, majoritively wood. He's still able to pump out these fishing boats, and he's got a good lead on the number of fishing boats he's got. He's got 6 out already, and he's just built another dock down here. So it looks like ZeroEmpires is going to go for a lot of water control. Goodboy, with only 1 dock, isn't going to be able to produce any galleys, which is going to be crucial. He's still not advancing either. And he is on 30 population, so he's saving up now for the advance. However, he is very far behind ZeroEmpires. ZeroEmpires already in the feudal age, and Goodboy not able to advance just yet. So it looks like ZeroEmpires is going to produce a few more villagers. He's getting a few on gold, which means he's going to be able to produce galleys very soon. Whether or not he's producing one now, yeah, there we go. So ZeroEmpires is producing a galley, and that's going to give him a lot of water control. If he's lucky, he'll be able to pick off some of Goodboy's ships, fishing boats rather, as he has nothing protecting them at all. So that galley's going to be able to do a lot of damage right here. He knows that that dock's there, and he's bringing his galley in now. If he's got another one queued up, it could be serious trouble for Goodboy here. And that galley's going to be able to pick off some of these ships, or at least disrupt them from gathering. Not doing a lot of damage on there. It takes 4 or 5 hits to destroy a ship, but Goodboy quite late to react there. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to take any of these out, but he's going to be able to really reduce the amount of food he's gathering from these ships. And of course, that's quite a big investment to lose if you're paying 100 wood for each ship. It's quite a big investment to make, and it's not good to be throwing them away like that. That ship now sunk, and that's given ZeroEmpires quite a good advantage on the water. Goodboy probably looking to get out some galleys very soon to be able to repel this, and if ZeroEmpires can get his dock down, then that's really going to disadvantage Goodboy. So far, no blockades through the centre of the map, and Goodboy just advancing there. He's got quite a high resource count, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's going for a fast castle. We've gained